Stretch out the dreams from my mind. Granny's got the scoop, let's unwind. Birds are chirping, singing their tune. Mystery of the day coming soon. Cup of tea and a buttered scone. Start the day, we're never alone. Good morning, rise and shine. Granny's here with stories so fine. Good morning, off we go. To greet the world with a happy glow.
Good morning, everybody. I hope everyone is having a wonderful morning so far. Grab your coffee, your tea, your espresso, your cappuccino, your juice, whatever it is you drink in the morning, and let's get started. Today we are talking about Menendez brothers, right? They were convicted of breadrumming both of their parents. And now they've been asking for a resentencing hearing, saying that they have new evidence that shows that their father essayed them, right? Essayed them, emotional and physical abuse, the whole works, right? And so they believe that they should be free. I don't know what I think about this, honestly, guys, because I don't know what's true or what's not true. I have watched the documentaries on this. I saw how these boys just went on a spending spree after the red rums, right? Buying coaches for tennis and you name it, right? Just, I mean, they went crazy spending money. So, I'm conflicted, I guess. I'm just really conflicted. But the judge has ruled, despite the new DA's recommendation, that the resentencing hearing can go forward. Let's go ahead and hear what's going on, okay? All right. Make that a little bigger so you guys can see that. Does that work? Okay, awesome. All right.
Sentencing hearings for Eric and Lyle Menendez can move forward, a judge ruled Friday. The Menendez brothers are currently serving life in prison for the 1989 murder of their parents inside their affluent Beverly Hills home. After 2 trials, the brothers were convicted in 1996 and sentenced to life in prison. In the fall of last year, 35 years after the killings, the brothers submitted new evidence they argue could prove their father sexually, physically, and emotionally abused them. The brothers argued they killed their parents in self-defense, claiming they believed their parents were going to kill them the night they carried out the brutal murders. Weeks after that new evidence was submitted, Los Angeles District Attorney George Gascon.
And see, I have a hard time believing that. I mean, they came home and walked into the living room or sitting room, wherever their parents were, and just began to fire, right? So I have a hard time feeling like they were scared because their parents were going to take their lives. That just makes no sense to me. But that's what they're saying.
Who was in office at the time, requested the resentencing just before November's election. However, he was beat out of his position by current DA Nathan Hochman. Last month, Hochman announced he was filing a motion to withdraw Gascon's resentencing request for the brothers. Hochman cited reasons for withdrawing the request, arguing the brothers to this day are lying about why they chose to kill their parents. In looking at whether the Menendez brothers have exhibited full insight and complete responsibility for their crimes, they have not. They don't meet the standards for resentencing. They don't meet the standards for rehabilitation, Hochman said, adding that the brothers needed to come clean and take full responsibility for their criminal actions. Judge Michael Jessic handed the brothers a win on Friday and ruled against Hochman, allowing their resentencing hearings to proceed. The brothers' lawyer, Mark Garagos, reacted to the judge's decision outside the courtroom Friday afternoon.
I don't want to get ahead of myself, but today is a good day. Justice won over politics. It's been a long time coming for anybody who was in the courtroom. It was very difficult to sit and listen to what we witnessed, and we're obviously very thankful to the judge, and I couldn't be prouder of representing this family. They've waited a long time to get some justice, and today was actually probably.
So, what does justice look like in this case, guys? They took the lives of their parents. Shouldn't there be justice for the parents? Maybe the father was a bad guy, but that is never a reason to commit red rum, is it? I'm just saying, is there ever a good reason to commit red rum? Especially when a gun's not being pointed at you, right? I mean, their parents were sitting eating or eating ice cream, I guess, watching a movie. They didn't have pew-pews in their hands when the boys walked in. Not only did the boys walk back out, but they reloaded and walked back in and fired more shots into their mother. That is premeditation and planned, in my opinion. Do they really deserve to get out of jail? I'm torn here. Was the father bad? Yeah. But wasn't didn't it come out that Lyle had done the same thing to his brother, Eric? I mean, are we going to let that type of person out on the streets? Are we? I'm just saying, if he did the same thing to his brother Eric after he had it done to him, well, how does that make him any better? This whole case is disturbing, guys. It disturbs me when people who have committed the taking of people's lives, not in self-defense, but planned and premeditated it. That's disturbing to me. But let's continue to listen.
Probably the biggest day since they've been in custody.
Hochman also reacted to the judge's decision, saying the brothers will have to prove they can meet the standard of rehabilitation and also show that they don't pose an unreasonable danger to society. Their hearings are scheduled for Thursday, April 17th and Friday, April 18th. If the brothers are not resentenced, they do have other avenues to freedom. They've asked California Governor Gavin Newsom to grant them clemency, and their case is currently being reviewed by the state parole board, with hearings scheduled in June. For Straight Arrow News, I'm Lauren Keenan. For more on this story, download the Straight Arrow.
So, guys, today their hearing is set, right? And I will keep up with it to let you know what's happening. Let me know what you think in the comments. Where do you stand on this case? Do you believe that they should be let out after 35 years? Do you believe that this new evidence is enough to get them out? Or do you believe that they should have to serve the rest of their life in prison like they were sentenced to, right? let me know. I'm really curious because I'm kind of torn on this case. I feel badly that they were essayed and physical abuse, that kind of thing. But there were no pew-pews in their parents' hands when they went in there to, I mean, guys, they bought these guns beforehand. They did. They went back in, reloaded and went back in to make sure their mother was dead. And they said that she knew and she allowed it. Sounds like a very dysfunctional family for sure, right? And I don't condone that this happened to them at all. But from what we know, Lyle repeated this onto his brother. Now they've been in prison and we know what happens in prison, guys. Are they going to be let out and be a menace to society? I don't know. Do they deserve to be let out? I guess I'm leaning no. I'm sorry that they went through that, and they probably, should seek therapy in prison, that kind of thing. I'm sorry that they did go through that. Truly, I am. No child should ever have to go through anything like that, ever. But they took the law into their own hands, and that's never a good thing. What are we... do we stand for justice or do we not? I don't know. You tell me, guys, in the comments below. Be sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe and the notification bell so that you're notified when we go live, which is most nights, 5 p.m. Central Time. Love to have you there. We're building a great community, guys. In the meantime, you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thanks so much. Thank you for watching another episode of Granny's Crime Busters. We really appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget to subscribe and like and even share the content. You can follow us on any of our other social media platforms at YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. We really appreciate you guys, and you can also email us at grannyscrimebusters@gmail.com. Thank you so much, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.